city game, and there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser, and that's about as poor as we've played in the city game in my 16 years here at Duquesne. And I think a lot of the credit goes to Pitt. I think Pitt did a very good job of coaching their players and having every answer. They were a little shorthanded with their point guard not playing today, and had some injury, and they did a fantastic job of execution, and they did a fantastic job of exploiting our weaknesses. And on our end, we shot the ball poorly. You can't win basketball games when you shoot 26%, and obviously we're disappointed in how we performed today in front of a very good crowd, a crowd that was pretty close to 60-40, 50-50 in terms of Duquesne. There was a lot of red there, and I feel like we let our fans down that were here, and I think we let girls basketball down a little bit. I think we could have played a lot better, and we did not do that today.
When you have drivers in the first quarter and you do have the open looks and the shots are still not falling, how is that maybe the most disappointing part, that you had the looks despite the defense that was against you and just nothing seemed to be falling consistently?
Yeah, nothing fell. We were rolling off contact and played with some jitters in the first 3 minutes. And then, when we would attack the basket, we were still looking at rolling off contact. Instead of getting a defender on our hip and driving it really hard and going up through contact, we didn't do that. And, then it becomes much more difficult to make that shot. And it didn't happen for us tonight. We didn't make any of those shots. And so, we didn't do, as a coach, as the head coach, we didn't establish our post game where we had an advantage, we felt, early and often. In this game, Yanni should not be taking 9 shots. Yanni should have had 15, 16 shots. And, I did not do a good job of getting us in a position where we could post feed and allow Yanni to go to work. We were never comfortable offensively, and a lot of that credit goes to Pitt.
Did that maybe stretch defensively in some stretches as well, especially guarding King today?
Defensively, we were okay for a while. King obviously had a career night and had nearly half their points, and they hit some shots that we were hoping that they wouldn't normally hit, and they made them tonight. And everything around the rim went in for them. And I think they had 2 threes that banked in as the shot clock went down. Things went Pitt's way today. And when you play as hard as they do, and then you execute the way they did today, things will go your way. And that's the game right there.
How was the locker room after?
Oh, they're upset. This is the city game. Anybody who doesn't feel like this has emotion tied to it doesn't know the city game and doesn't know the 2 locker rooms. For our local players, it hurts deeply. I think there's a true mutual respect between the 2 programs, and I think that we both wish the best for each of us as we move forward from this game. But it hurts our kids a lot because we have a lot of local kids, and there's a certain tradition that we have had in the past, and that tradition is hemorrhaging. Very frankly, it's hemorrhaging in a sense because we've lost 2 in a row, and that makes the series and the game all the more exciting when we play it next year. And like I always say, whether we win or lose, we'll celebrate to midnight on a win, or drown our sorrows in some way to midnight, and then we have to move on, and that's what we'll do.
Obviously, make more shots is something that's going to be on the agenda, but behavior-wise, etc., when you have the Tuesday turnaround, how much of a complete picture does this give you in terms of drawing board process?
Well, you make more shots when you're more aggressive. And tonight, I was a little disappointed in our jitters early. But we've got to find a way to find flow offensively early. We would advance the ball up the floor and look to the sideline too much for a play call instead of going directly in 4 out 1 in or into rub or into something and playing with some flow. We had no flow tonight at all, and blame some of that on us and give a lot of credit to Pitt for that. We have to become much more aggressive in offense. And we saw that a little bit late where we could drive the ball, but we're going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit to find more dribble penetration action where we can find that. And we've got to find more post touches for Ayanna Townsend.
You good, Zach?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Thank you for supporting.